to understand two things. Number one, no matter what, this badge that I wear called comedy, I'm with this through thick and thin. This oath that I've taken called humor, I don't betray that. And this is how this works. When you're a public figure in the public eye and you do the things like that Lizzo does, where you come to a Laker game and you show your whole ass in front of children and families, you are fodder for jokes. And for me, I'm always thinking joke first. I'm a comic purist. And there's no way that you can have it both ways. There's no way that you could be in the public eye, be a public figure, do the things you do, and not expect a comic to respond. Because and the general feeling was, you said what everybody's been thinking. We just didn't say it. So I said it.
Show the behind. Cows and animals and mules. Human beings don't walk around out. Savages walk around with their behinds out. And my wife's behind ain't for every man to look at. You understand? So it makes a lot of sense. So how can I protect my woman if I'm walking down the street, she's half naked, and some sadist run up and grab her? Hell, I shouldn't have put out there. If I got merchandise I want to sell, I put them in the window for you to see. So if I want my wife, why do I want everybody to see my wife? What's private? What's mine? Everybody looking at her. Which means what's wrong with it? How can you have a wife or somebody you love? Anything God made precious, nature hides it. You cannot find diamonds easy. You have to dig and dig and dig. Then you got to work to clean them. You cannot, you cannot find, listen, you cannot find gold. Everything God made valuable, he made it hard to get. Pearls, rubies, and ain't my oil. You have to dig, and half the time it don't strike. Everything God created that was valuable, he made it hard to get to. Ain't my woman more important than some diamonds and some oil and some gold when she's the field which produced my sons and daughters? Why should she walk around all nude in all of these design clothes? Her breasts is out. She's on the beach wearing clothes that show more than her panties when she go to bed. That's right. People don't just might as well come out with a brassiere on and her panties. She'd be more covered up than she do in the European style with just something covering up her nipple and just a little old G-string over, and she's walking out on the beach naked. These are savages. How am I have my daughter, my wife, or my woman walk around for her man? Ooh, look, I could do. Boy, if I could get to her. And what I want that for? She's mine. What do you mean, what's wrong with walking around half naked? That don't look bad to you because you're of the European nature and the black people are righteous.
All right, Shalom. This is Yahawah 1, Ban Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal, Halayim, La Yahawah, Ba Hashem, Yahawah Shai, Ba Hashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders, and Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the Lions Den, the brothers out here, all right? I want to start off with this scripture, man. I'm not going to say too much, because, you know, Esau got all kind of laws and madness going on YouTube and the internet world. There's one way you can tell the fall of a society or an economy is militias get created, poverty is created in certain areas. In the city, you might have a bunch of wealthy people on one street and the next street over poverty. And then you have rights being given to different cliques, right? Everybody want rights. Everybody's separating into these little groups here in America, creating more confusion. You know, they have something called fat phobia now. You know, fat phobia. What do they say? Fat shaming. It's like all kind of, you know, confusion. That's what this is, confusion, man. America's a place of confusion, man. All right. Let me get this real quick. There's a lot I want to say that I can't say on YouTube. You know. I'm gonna start with this. This is Micah 6:2. So I think the point would be not about weight, not about her being a woman, you know. So it's not that. You know, the weight could be an issue, you know, like health-wise, but some people like the weight, whatever. But talking about health-wise, yeah, that does matter. But my focus is being a Israelite and the times we in. This shows me the curses that are on our people still, the simplicity that our people are still desiring and have their mind caught up in, the confusion and the disparity, they desperate insecurities people have, so they overcompensate when they clearly have other talents. All right, but they're stuck in a cycle, continuing the curses. So not just her, it's not just about weight, you know, it's just about the women of our nation that are still lost in this world, lost in Oz, like Dorothy and shit. You know, I'm talking about the wicked women of our nation that have sold out. Micah 6:2. Hear ye, O mountains, all right, the governments and the nations. Yahawah hath a controversy, all right, and ye strong foundations of the earth. For Yahawah hath a controversy with his people, and he will plead with Israel. So he's going to judge Israel. That's why the Lord said that two parts therein shall be cut off and die. So this woman here is an example of that. To go to be a celebrity, to be celebrated and famous, you know, especially in these times we're in. And her choice of fame is to expose her whole body. That's the curses, man. All right? So the Lord had the controversy. See, the Lord is angry first with his people, the Israelites. This is the type of shit that got us in this condition anyway. You know, that's why the Lord said that we can't let our women lead our nation. That's not the order that the Lord set up. The Lord said, through the wickedness of a woman, we all died, man. All right. So it says what? The Lord has a controversy with Israel. So he's angry. It don't matter what we think. It don't matter what America thinks. The media and all this cancel culture and all this madness. It says what? Controversy. It says a disagreement. So the Lord does not agree with this shit. He does not agree with Lizzo, or whoever her name is, doing this. And they just, the same spirit that they got Aries Spears is in, where he's exposing her, man, for what she's doing. She's shameless. A shameless woman out there pushing that poison, mental poison on the minds of our, the little girls of our nation, man. All right? And also playing her part in the demise of the Constitution, where we have freedom of speech. People like Aries Spears, the comedian, which is used to be one of my favorite comedians, man. I have no issue with him. Everything he does is straight comedy, and comedy kind of plays into truth. He's telling the truth, man. Saying that she shouldn't be out there. She's at Lakers games around children, getting butt naked, and she's out. You know, she's not in the best shape as they keep talking about. That's what they're focusing on. That's the distractive part of it. But it says this how Yahawah feels, man. Because the scriptures say Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahushai, Yahawah is angry with the wicked every day. Not only Esau, not these heathens, but our people. He said judgment shall start at our house, the Israelites. It says what? So the Lord has a controversy, a disagreement, typically when prolonged. So it's being prolonged. So the Lord is still angry with the wicked every day, man. 2/3 of our people. Seeing them not wanting to repent. You know, that they're cursed and they're going to bow down their back all the way until they're destroyed. So a disagreement that's typically prolonged, and it's been prolonged. That's why the Lord said that. Let me get that real quick. Get this Proverbs. This is Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets, right? If you cut on the music, that's not wisdom. You cut on their music on the radio and all the rap and poetry that they're doing is all psychotic, exotic, sexual, criminal, wicked, lustful, also damaging to the minds of our people. That's what their wisdom is, the worldly wisdom that they're pushing with these rappers and these singers and their music. That's what they're pushing, these record labels and these radio stations. But the Lord said this, wisdom cried without. So that's the men of the Lord out there teaching on the streets, telling our people, hey man, and the women, turn back, cover your ass up. She uttereth her voice in the streets. See these little daughters and these children, the scriptures say, train up a child in the way they should go and they should not depart. So that's why you got to get the ears in the minds of your children early before the streets get them, before this world starts to teach them. I have 2 daughters, man, and I show them, not the nudity, but I show them women like this. And I say, hey, my daughter, you're here to challenge and fix what they've stained and broken. So if you run into any other little girls out there and they desire to play and have fun with you, all right, if you play and have fun with me, you're going to learn something. Teach them what I taught you. Telling people like Lizzo and all these other women that's out there nude and worshiping the devil that they're wicked. And that child most likely ain't gonna want to play with you no more, or you have gained an ally in the spirit. All right, so it says here, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates, in the city, she uttereth her voice, her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones? This is what the Most High is saying, man, through the Spirit of wisdom. How long, ye simple ones? So it's overdue. How long? See, that's how long the Lord has this controversy. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? So they love this wickedness and stupidity and folly, being simple. And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge, man. All right? That's right. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. You see that? So, and the Lord is calling, and 2/3 of our people are not regarding. So it's a lot I want to say about this picture, but I'm not. So let me get this other scripture. Let me get the word controversy again. It says controversy. A disagreement, typically when prolonged. It became a controversy now. As with Israel. It says public, it's been made public. The Lord said, let it be known amongst the nations that the Lord is angry with us. Vocab. So we the only ones He's going to be set up to forgive. And heated. All right, a disagreement that turns heated, man, gets hot. Turn to fire. His anger, which is like unto fire, man. All right, his wrath. And that's what He bringing, his wrath. And burn all this up. That's what, this stuff makes the Lord mad. Let me get that. There you go. This is Psalm 7 and 11. Well, 10. I'll start from 9. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. And that's what we want. See, that's what we desire, a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And this is not righteousness, man. This is not our people dwelling in righteousness. Scriptures say in the kingdom, our people shall be all righteous. All right? And they used to do this. This is the trickery of Esau, their wickedness, man, that they put on our people. Is to blind them in these schools, give incentives for being wicked and nudity and harlots, you know, showing whoredoms, you know. They get paid for that. It's a thriving industry in America. Look at Aunt Jemima. That was my cousin. That's actually my cousin, man. Aunt Jemima. That wasn't her name, but that was a product that Esau titled, branded, and he used the sister that played Aunt Jemima. My mother knew her name. She showed me her name and everything. But she's they used her as the face of Aunt Jemima, and they used her, man, exploited her, and they she died broke, poor. Matter of fact, let me get some. See that? That's just like the story of Sarah Bartman. See that? Sarah Bartman. Right, they always been exploiting our women. What's the difference? You know? Shaming our women, exploiting them. This is the tragic story of Sarah Bartman. This could be, Lizzo could be Sarah Bartman back in the damn flesh. Okay. And the mammy figure that they use, all of that was mind control. All of that was created by Esau, man, to put our women in the mammy spirit, like a nanny, you know. Then they took them out of the household, gave them rights in the society as workers. Always exploiting our women. Let's keep it real. You know, let's keep it real today. But Sarah Bartman, that's what the story reminds me of. All right, let's read a little bit on her real quick. Sarah Bartman. It says Sarah Bartman. It's crazy. Sarah Bartman, also spelt Sarah, she was an Israelite, sometimes is the diminutive form of Saarte and Bartman, a woman who was exhibited as a freak show. Exhibited as a freak show, man. All right, and that's what we let me get this real quick. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. This part of the curses, man. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment. See that? An astonishment. Let's get that word astonishment. Astonishment. It says amazement, shocked, like a freak show. You know? It says what? This part of the curses, man. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. We call it black. All these different titles that they call us, our people. But they won't call us Israelites. So we became proverbs, a byword among all nations, whither Yahawah shall lead thee. Okay? Especially our women have become astonishments. The ones that want that fame. All right, so let's continue with this. It says here, Sarah Bartman, she was exhibited. See, just like on the TV, the media, social media, exhibited, right? As a freak show attraction in the 19th century Europe under the name Hottentot Venus. Sound like thought. A name which was later attributed to at least one other woman similarly exhibited, man. All right, so they'll put on exhibit, just like a freak show. That's all it is, a freak show. All right, let me get a couple more precepts real quick. That's all this is. Look at Isaiah 3. This is Isaiah 3 and 16. Moreover, Yahawah saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, man. So the women of our nation, the wicked ones, are haughty, are proud. Except for the ones that have humbled themselves in this truth. All right, to soar, to be lofty, to be haughty. So they being lifted up in this society, given rights. Anything they do wicked, this society usually approves of it. All right, in Esau's kingdom. It says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. They'll be popping their neck, you know, wanton eyes, looking at everything, lusting over everything, plotting, scheming. The ones that become traps to the Negro, Latino, Native American man. Esau see that. He like, oh, I can use that. Let me use that. Make them, use them to destroy the Willie Lynch letter. You must pitch the old black male against the young black male, the young woman against the young daughter, you know, the wife against the husband. That's what all this is a part of, this freak show here, in this circus called America. Moreover, Yahawah said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. And if you got a woman, you talking to her, and then she wait till you turn your head, she start looking at some other dude, that's being wanton. You know, guys look at everything, the wicked eyelashes and shit. Walking and mincing as they go, switching, and you see them with them damn flip-flops and slides. Like that's some type of royal you know, sound, clicking at the heels and shit, just walking, and flip-flops and shit, sliding their feet. The hood, we call them foot draggers. A lot of these rich women be switching all over the place, everything about their booty. They're mincing as they go. And making a tinkling with their feet, all right? Basically, one time meaning deceiving with their eyes, man. See that? Deceiving with their eyes. That's what they're out here doing, being thirst traps to these wicked jakes. A wicked woman shall be given as a portion to a wicked man. That's what the scripture say, don't desire a woman for her beauty. All right? Everything about you should be aimed towards the kingdom. You got to see if that woman's going to benefit you in your path or distract you from your path. Therefore, Yahawah will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And it starts with their desires. They desire that whole glamour and beauty instead of the natural beauty and natural healthy habits, eating habits, natural fruit stuff for the hair. They're not into that. Instead, they're putting chemicals in it, weave in it, tying it, pulling it. You know, the shit, what they call them, lace fronts. Ripping their damn pores out and shit, putting all kind of chemicals in it, just like Jake, the men used to do in the 60s. What they call it, conch. Putting that, and they fucking hair falling out. Like men. And the scriptures say that. Paul was speaking about that. A woman with a bald head is shameful. So, you know, as part of the curses, that's not my focus, though. But it goes into the mindset of them wanting the weaves, them wanting the perms, you know, chasing their lust and their desires has led them down that path. All right. Remember that with Color Purple? Who invented the hot comb? Madam C.J. Walker. You see that? Why? Because they felt ugly. They wanted to fit in with the society, man. This shit goes way back down the rabbit hole. It says here, let me get to the point. So Yahawah, he smote them, right? The daughters of Zion. And Yahawah will discover their secret parts. Meaning, allow their secret parts to be seen. That's what that means. The Most High is going to allow them to expose their damn self out here. And be used and become a freak show for Esau and these nations. And these corporations, man, getting money off of it. Right? Just like in Hollywood. Hollywood is what? Witchcraft. Hollywood goes back to the wand, like, you know, wand meaning like, you know, the magic wand. That the wand that what the fuck is his name? Harry Potter. He used in that movie. It was called Hollywood. All right, so they use Hollywood in the music industry to put to put spells on our people, man. Fatophobia. You know, people like that can be used to destroy the economy, Constitution, freedom of speech, and to go against righteousness. That's all she's set up to do. Everything they do against the scriptures, Esau promotes that and give them incentives for doing so. You want to be wicked, we'll give you a record deal. You know, you want to sell out in this movie, we'll give you an Oscar. You want to shave your beard, we'll give you a job. You want this money, kick your man out the house and put him on child support. See that? See? All right. So the Lord has allowed their secret parts to be seen, man, all over the world. That's part of the curses on our people. Ain't nothing good. That's actually bad. All right. It says here, 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure, right, chasing after pleasures, living in pleasures, instead of modest apparel, staying righteous and spiritual, hoping for the reward of the kingdom, just like the men. You know, that's why the Lord said we got to honor these women as weaker vessels, man, that's trying and fighting and stand in the spirit. These women out here that's in the truth, even though not that many. But we have to honor them as the weaker vessel that's fellow heirs to the kingdom. 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. So 2/3 of the women, you know, the women that are a part of that fraction, they're still amongst the congregation of the dead. This is a spiritually dead woman. But a lot of these children, and they look at them like teachers, right? And why the Lord said this, man, you gotta be careful on that internet. Sirach 25:21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Don't desire her as your wife just for pleasure. In the kingdom, yeah, it's safe, but here it's not safe to do that, because you could be desiring her for her beauty, and she be a whole man. You know, that's twofold. You could be a masculine-minded woman, or you know, right? Transformer and shit. Verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. That's, what does that say? That says that we should not be led by women. That means we have to be the ones that step up and lead and be the examples. And the women that follow us in this truth and to repentance, they're the smart ones. All right? And the other ones are still amongst the congregation of the dead, man. Living the curses out. Enjoying it. The Lord, that was a shameful thing for our nation and the women. They would never want to be uncovered like that in their right state of mind. They would never want to be bald-headed. You know? But in this society, they shave it off and don't care. Walk around bald-headed. You see two women walking up the street with bald heads nowadays, you know? They like some monks. Then you got the women that's nude, you know, with no clothes. And then you got obese women that's nude, like her right here. Shameless, just no shame at all. And that's the whole idea that they're pushing. No shame. No one can shame you. Right? The Lord said, don't stumble at the beauty of a woman, man. They could be demons on the inside. You know? I'm not saying all women are demons. I'm talking about the wicked ones. You can't trust these singers. People like Beyonce and all these singers. Beyonce, too, she'll get up there butt naked. Jennifer Lopez going from man to man. The other Puerto Rican chick, she got there pregnant, dancing, butt naked. Then you got people like Beyonce, actually all of them. They'll portray themselves as whores for the industry, but then they go home to their husbands. See the hypocrisy, man? Sirach 9:4. Use not much the company of a woman, right? That's why a dude want to turn it feminine, right? Hang around women all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you're a real man. But use not much the company of a woman that is a singer. Why? Because she's gonna have an American dream in her heart. She's gonna leave you. Look at Jennifer Hudson. Look at Alicia Keys. As soon as they got famous, they left their husbands. All right. India.Arie. All the ones you thought were spiritual. Lauryn Hill. As soon as they got them dollars and their riches and the fame, they left their husbands, man, and moved on for whatever reason. It says what? Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, man, especially on these internets. That's what the Lord said, be occupied in prophecy. You know, and the women, they don't have no leaders in the society. Where's the Maya Angelou's? You know, they out there, but they're not promoting them. What, they got Oprah? Come on, man. So gaze not on a maid that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her, secret parts. All right, because they're being exposed now. So the Lord said, don't be all gazing at that, going through it, getting all caught up. Give not thy soul unto harlots, you know, that thou lose not thine inheritance, man. Mess around, fall out the truth, which I've witnessed, and a lot of people in this camp and the other camps have witnessed. Men have a woman, and they're afraid to stand their ground, so they wind up falling out the truth. And they trim their ways to seek love until they're trimmed all the way, or fucking naked. Naked, but she's naked. But they trim their ways till they have no you know, they've given up all the way. Given in. So the Lord said, give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance, man. He said, show thyself men. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city that's going clubbing, neither wander in this solitary place thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. These dudes fall in love on the internet just by looking at a woman. And they don't know she get paid off of that. So they're promoting it. You know, so you gotta blame the men as well for hitting like and approving of this nonsense. You know, cheering her on. If everybody would stop buying her stuff and they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. The congregation of the dead. All right. So this is the opposite of Lizzo right here. Well, let me get this real quick. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 7. It's 1 Thessalonians 5 and 7. 5 and 5. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness, man. And she's of the night. She's of that darkness of the dead, the spiritual dead. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, right? You sisters that are out there, stay woke, you know. But let us watch and be sober, all right? Being patient and being circumspect. You know, see what's going on. See the wickedness of our nation, the condition. For they that sleep, they sleep in the night, and they that are drunken in the night. And that's what she is, man. She represents that swinging from the chandelier type of mindset. And when swing from the chandelier like I don't care, you know. And they're spiritually drunken, but not with wine. They're drunken with the philosophies that were pushed on our nation and the freedom, the false sense of freedom that's in this place. Free to be wicked, that's about it. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith, all right, believing in what you can't see, knowing that you got a reward for your chastity and godliness, stand in the spirit. And for in a helmet, the hope of salvation. All right, so we're hoping for salvation. You know, we don't want to be with these people. All right. So, for Yahawah have not appointed us to wrath, and you women that are in this faith, that are in the truth, or that are up under your men, the Lord has not appointed you to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahawah. All right, and they sleep in the night, and drunken in the night, of the philosophies, man. The scriptures say they are drunken, but not with wine, not with strong drink. They stagger. Right, that's why the Lord said this, man. I've been bringing us out a lot this week. Get this real quick. This is Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Right? Yeah, these women not walking around the street in their damn 90s. You know? Well, it's nothing right there. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the rest, man. They think they're in the kingdom. In the kingdom, they're not going to be walking around like this, but I'm saying, like, they're at rest. They're comfortable here. Arise, Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. The Lord said, what? Wake up, put on that beautiful garments, man. Spiritually, cover yourself up in the spirit of truth. Yahawah Bashim Yahushua. and the laws, statutes, commandments that were given to Israel, not these other nations. Because it is polluted. See, this place is polluted, and it has intoxicated our people, made it toxic. I would say it's drunken, but not with wine. It's toxic, man. And it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction, man. See that? So this path that she's leading is a path of destruction. You know? That's right. This is Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction. You know what they all into in America, pride, right? And an haughty spirit before a fall. What did the Lord say in Isaiah chapter 3? The wicked daughters of Zion, the wicked ones, that they're haughty. So their haughty spirit is coming before their fall. You know, they're going to be put back in order in Yahawah's kingdom, Yahawah's kingdom. So that haughty spirit that they got, and that prideful spirit that Jake got, and that pride that they push in America too, you know what I'm talking about. So, let me keep going. It says here, that's right. This is Sirach 26:9. The whoredom, spiritually and physically. What do you think she's doing out there? Dressing like this, acting this way. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. You know, you can see it that she's a thirst trap, or that she's overcompensating, or desperate, or low self-esteem our people have. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Look at her looks. If thy daughter be shameless, see, she's a daughter of somebody. You know, she was raised up, however. That's why let me just read it. If thy daughter be shameless, man, she don't understand how to be. They don't want to feel that shame. Keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And that's what these women have. They have too much liberty in this place, America. Too much freedom to do what the hell they want. She couldn't do this in the Middle East. Damn Europeans doing this shit. She couldn't do that over there. Africa, they probably like that. Anyway, let me keep going. It says here, Jeremiah 13:27. I'm laughing because I know somebody out there that's going to enjoy this lesson because they like big women. Me, hey, it is what it is. That's not the whole point of this lesson, but we have an inside joke in this camp. Jeremiah 13:26. All right. Therefore will I discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. And that's what the Lord did. He made our shame, the shame of our nation is appearing, not just thoughts anymore. It's the freedom of expression. That's what this is about, not freedom of speech. They've moved on to the freedom of expression. You know? Meaning, do as thou wilt. That's what they on. It says, what? Therefore will I discover thy skirts upon thy face, that thy shame may appear, man. All right. So the Lord said what? He allowed their secret parts to be seen, man. I mean, yo, you know, and this industry supports it. And that shame is appearing. But to who? These nations seeing it like, look at these animals. I'll pay for it. But it's about the Lord. The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. And the men of the Lord, and the women and children, we're the witnesses. I have seen thine adulteries and thy neighings, the lewdness of thy whoredom, and thine abominations on the hills in the fields, meaning all around the nations, man. You know, idolatry, that's what it goes into, man. American idols. Woe unto thee, O Jerusalem! Wilt thou not be made clean? Wilt thou not be made clean? You know? They want to stay down and wallow in the mud. Wilt thou not be made clean? When shall it once be, man? That's what it looks like. How long will they love simplicity? And this was Jeremiah speaking. All right, so we're going to be made clean by Yahawah. He's going to make all this go away. You know? Right, because the Lord discovered their secret parts, right? Allowed their secret parts to be seen. You know? Let me get one more precept. All right, so this is Sirach 25. A shameless woman, right? She's shameless. Look at the word shameless, man. Make no damn sense. A shameless. Let's get the etymology. Shameless, it means what? It says lacking a sense of decency, impudent, bold, and immodest. So she's not modest at all. The Lord said that our women supposed to have modest apparel. That shows, like Jill Scott. She stayed covered up, but people respect her for her beauty. It's like an inner beauty and an outer beauty. And she's big. She was big before, but I don't know about now. You know, look at Shaka Khan. Remember her? She was a little thick. All right, so there's some beautiful big women out there. That's not the point. But it does start going along the lines of not being healthy. It says what? So shamelessness is what? Lacking a sense of decency, man. Just out here loose, off the chain. Not connected to nothing. That's what the Lord said. When you're a woman in His truth, you are a daughter of His, man. So you got to act accordingly. You're an Israelite. You're a daughter of Yahawah. But instead, they're acting like the devil. You know, they are their father, the devil, meaning the word father meaning authority. So they calling Esau and wickedness their authority. Do as thou wilt. Sirach 26 and 23. 22. A harlot, right? A harlot shall be counted as spittle. So the Lord He gonna count them as that spittle, just like the other nations. Like a drop from a bucket, you know. They're gonna put them in that bunch, cast to the left. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. All right. So if you're a woman in this truth, you're supposed to be there to help in the aiding and comforting of your husband, not adding to the affliction and adversity that he goes through. All right, as we fight towards the kingdom. But what about me? Hey, it comes with the territory. You're supposed to have a sense of patience and balance. You know? And we have to comfort each other. The man supposed to comfort the woman with these words. And the woman can kindly do the same for her husband. Think about the kingdom. Talk about the kingdom. Don't talk about the issues that's, oh, you don't like you because you don't have $1 million. Well, take your ass out there and make that money then. Go be like her. Use what you got to get what you want. You know? Other than that, we're going to walk through this desert together, like Book of Eli, till we get to our destination. And we're going to use the world without abusing it. And we're going to stay in the spirit and stay on the path. Follow the way. The righteous way. Period. All right? A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. So if you receive that scorpion in your bosom, that's on you if you get stung. You know, you see a woman like this on the screen, and you be like, oh, that's wifey. Yeah. But you ain't judging the tree by its fruits. A shameless woman, also like it, but an honest woman will reverence her husband, man. You know, you're gonna serve your husband, be a good woman to your man. That's just it. All right, I'm gonna end it here. A dishonest woman, verse 25, a shameless woman. See that? Lacking decency, man. This woman don't have no decency about herself. These naked, wicked women is getting riches off the internet, social media, or whatever. They've thrown all decency out the window. You know? A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, as a heathen. But she that is shamefaced will fear Yahawah. All right? So it ain't about you just fearing your husband. You're going to fear your husband because of Yahawah, by Hashem Yahushua. You know, you want your heritage. You want to stick on the path to the truth. And you women out there that don't have a husband, you're going to have to get one eventually. Either that, you may be delivered and the Lord will give you to a man in the kingdom. You know, I know that's what some women are waiting for. So, hey, man, you know, to each their own. But this right here is nothing but a circus, freak show. That's what they called it, man. Sarah Bartman. She was known as, they exploited her and exhibited her as a freak show. All right, let me get this word exhibit. A public display of works or art or items of interest held in an art gallery or museum or at a trade or fair. Today it's on social media, the internet, TV, where they push the visions out to all the masses and tell them this is what America is about. Confusion. Lust, death, lies, pollution, man. But it's almost over. The Lord said He's gonna wipe away all the tears. Let me get this one more. Let me get that real quick. What's that? Is it 14? Isaiah 14. No, that's not what I want. All right, yeah, there you go. Isaiah 4. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. All right, man of the Lord. That's what it's going to be. And 7 women means an innumerable number. Whatever completes that man or that situation is going to join to one man, looking to be forgiven by Yahawah, by Hashem Yahushua. Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. That's how you know the economy's still going to be going. But it's going to be a different system, a digital system. All right? And wear our own apparel, meaning you don't have to buy them nothing. They're saying they're going to do it themselves. They're going to say, you got to get you some money. I don't want no scrubs. They ain't going to be saying that no more. Only let us be called by thy name. So your name, you individual out there, what man you are in this truth, to this world with nobody, but the Lord, once He calls your name, you're somebody. Period. Whatever you think yourself, you're lying. the rule is to look at yourself through heaven's eyes, even you women and the children. So through heaven's eyes, through Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, looking at this place and the angels, what are they seeing looking at this woman? All right, so you got to look at yourself through heaven's eyes, know your importance, your value, your reason. The reason the Lord is using you, making you a pillar in this truth, a shadow in a weary land, water in a dry place. All right, so your name is going to be of value. They're going to want to be called by you. Say, hey, I belong to him. That's what they're going to want. And in that day shall the branch of Yahawah be beautiful and glorious. That's the elect men of the Lord. It's going to be beautiful and glorified. And the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. That's in the kingdom. So it's going to be beautiful, glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent. That's the elect, the children and families. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion in the government of Israel, that's the elect, New Jerusalem, he that remaineth in Jerusalem, that's preserved, shall be called holy. So you're going to be called belonging to Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. He said, I'll write upon you, he's going to write upon us his new name. And the name of the city of Jerusalem. And the name of Yahawah. See, this man belongs to Yahawah. So whatever belongs to him, to that man, belongs to Yahawah as well. Because the scriptures say, even the bells of the horses are going to be called holy. So what makes you think the women of the men will not be called holy? So that's why they're going to realize that in that day. Because the Lord said they shall all see together. All hell going to break loose. And these women going to have to put potato sacks on to cover their ass. To keep these men off them in the streets. You know? But the ones that have chosen the Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you've made a wise choice. You made the right choice. Now you got to go further in your choices. You know, and trust in the Lord. Or when the time is right. You know, because a lot of men, we all focused and busy right now. We ain't got time for that shit. And in that day shall the branch of Yahawah be beautiful and glorious. All right, verse 3. And it shall come to pass. Verse 3. And even every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem. That means written in the book of life. Yeah, I pray that your name is there. I pray that my name is there. That we'll be written in the book of life, man, in the kingdom. Not amongst the dead. Just be thankful that you're not like her. Being exploited, used, and abused, and mocked. It's not going to end good, man. None of those celebrities, it never ends good for them. Once the record labels and these corporations get through with them. Alright, when Yahawah shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion. So the Lord going to wash that away too. The filth of these wicked women out here. And the fact that a lot of these women are not virgins. So the Lord going to give them new bodies as well. They're going to be perfect in the kingdom. The only exhibit you're going to be on is in the house. In mansions and to be exhibited to the children. Look at your great mother. Mothers. Be exhibited to the world as New Jerusalem. That's what we're going to be. Tribes, man. Going back to the tribal ways. When Yahawah shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion. All right? And shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof. by the spirit of judgment. So the Lord gonna purge that away too. All the killing and robbing, stealing, and killing that's going on with our nation, the men and some women, and the drug selling and drug dealing. Right? So the Lord gonna wash that away with what? The spirit of judgment. That's the destruction. They doing that, they're gonna get destroyed. And by the spirit of burning. See that? So the Lord gonna burn these people up if they don't get right. Alright. So I'm gonna end it there, man. This just reminds me of that Sarah Bartram is being exploited, used willingly. And another attack on the Constitution when they come in at Aries Spears for speaking what he does in his profession, comedy, and said she was wrong for showing her nudity like that. In this society, they disagree with that. But guess what? The Almighty Creator, Yahawah, by Yahawah, he has a controversy with that. He disagrees with it too. And he's getting hot. He's mad over it. Right, he said if he turned not, he would whet his sword. He's angry with the wicked every day. You know? So with that, man, I'm just say, hey, this is just an example. Another example of the wicked path of the wicked and evil people of our nation, the lowlifes that have been lifted high. Matter of fact, yep, that's right. Let me get this real quick. Ecclesiastes 10:6. It says, folly, all right, folly, what's folly? That's what this is. This is folly. So I was just about to end it, but yeah, folly, real quick. Folly. It says folly, which is what? Foolishness. All right, to swell. Anyway, foolishness. To go mad or insane. These people have lost their damn mind. Folly. Okay? It says folly or madness or wickedness. Vanity. You know? Is set in great dignity, man. So they call them dignitaries, or they call those celebrities, or, you know, make them rich. They get security and all of that. Big houses and big paychecks. And protected with policies called fat phobia and fat shaming now. When it's just people giving their opinion in a country that's supposed to be dealing with freedom of speech. But she's exposing herself to it. It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place, man. All right, spiritually rich are sitting in low place, and just because they're exalted financially don't mean they're not in a low condition. All right, but folly is set in great dignity, man. They get rich by being in folly. It has become wealth for Esau, our nation being in folly. It says, but the rich sit in low place, the spiritually rich, man. We're in low place, taking our daily bread. You know, so with that, I'm going to end it and say, Shalom.